Did the carnivore diet cause my heart disease? Hey, what's shaking bacon? My name's Bruno Panucci. I hope you're doing well. So as many of you know out there, I have heart disease and I'm going for open heart surgery in just a couple weeks. The reason why I'm making this video is I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people out there, often a lot of vegans and vegetarians, and I don't mean to point fingers, but a lot of people out there who are going to be saying, well, that's what you get for eating a carnivore diet. And well, that's not necessarily true, because I want you to understand before we get too far into this video, my heart disease pre-existed my way of eating on carnivore. So I've had heart disease. I had a heart attack in November of 2015. I since then turned carnivore to help manage lots of my health concerns. So I was doing low carb on and off before that, and it took me a few years before I became a strict zero carb carnivore. So I didn't start that till 2021, in very early 2021. So it's been just under 3.5 years of strict carnivore. So this heart disease started at least, most likely, 10 years before my actual heart attack in November of 2015. So I've been eating carnivore to help manage my health issues. So I have a huge list of health issues that I had. I still have a few remaining, and I'm going to go over those. So I find it personally hard to believe that I've started making a change in my life when it comes to eating carnivore and eating a healthier, cleaner diet, dramatically less restaurant food. Sometimes I still go to restaurants, but it's strict on a carnivore diet. Overall, my health has increased so much doing this way of eating that I have a hard time believing that it caused my heart disease. Now, could you argue I should have been on my cholesterol medication? Fair enough. I personally don't think it was worth the side effects I felt doing cholesterol medication. But that at this point is neither here nor there. So I do have hypothyroidism, and that causes high cholesterol. So I know I've had high cholesterol since my mid-20s. So I'm going to get into my list of health issues. I'll actually start reading them off now. So like I said, a few of these I still have, but these are all the ones, the vast majority, probably 95% of these have gone into complete remission. So here we go. Obesity. Now I'm still overweight. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", and I'm about 310 pounds or so. It kind of fluctuates down to low 300s to just above, but usually right around there. And I've lost 160 pounds. So even though that condition is not gone, it's dramatically improved. So one of the reasons why it's not gone is I'm still having to deal with insulin resistance. So either it's got something to do with the fact that my body is adapted to carnivore, or maybe there's something else going on with my liver or pancreas. But either way, I'm sure that's a huge cause of my heart disease being in the background. We know insulin and inflammation that way is a cornerstone for heart disease. It's not cholesterol. Blaming cholesterol is like blaming water leaking in your home. It's not the water's fault. You have a hole in your roof. That's the problem. You can't be mad at the water for doing its job. So what we have to do is figure out why my insulin is high. And that's something I've been trying to figure out for a while. So obesity is one of the issues I've had that is managed dramatically, but still something I have to deal with. Constipation, low blood pressure, bad leg cramps, allergies, hypothyroidism, plantar fasciitis, heartburn, high triglycerides, snoring, gout, a bad back, adrenal fatigue. These are all issues that I don't really have anymore. I might still have some adrenal fatigue, but I think I drastically improved that last year. Now, I always had high LDL and low HDL. My HDL is low and normal, but it's in a normal range. It has been since I've been doing carnivore. Sciatica, prediabetes, heart attack, high blood pressure, heart rate. Now, my high blood pressure and my high heart rate came after I had my heart attack because they put me on medications for those things, and I didn't have those problems going into my stents when I had them put in 2015. Had those conditions from the medication. And since doing carnivore, that got rid of those problems and I went off that medication. Kidney stones, arthritis, emotional eating, sugar addiction, eating till I was getting full. I still do that sometimes, but it's not nearly what it used to be. Emotional eating, I don't think I really do that too much anymore. And if I do, I'm always turning to carnivore foods. So it's always carnivore friendly foods. Now, my energy is dramatically better. My sleep is dramatically better. My energy is better in the way that I get good quality sleep, and therefore my energy is balanced through the day. After I eat, I rarely get tired. So yeah, it's made a huge impact. Doing this carnivore diet has made a dramatic impact with all those conditions. Some of those conditions you think they're just one-time events, but no, I had chronic back pain. I had chronic sciatica. So lots of these health problems that I just mentioned have completely gone into remission. Now, like I said, high fasting insulin and obesity are two issues I still have. I still get uric acid issues. That's a kidney problem. My body just can't flush out uric acid very well. Arthritis is gone. My joint inflammation is gone. I feel amazing. I feel 20 years younger. I feel like I'm in my 20s. My energy's good. I feel good. So would I trade doing a carnivore diet, knowing that most of those conditions would come back? Because you have to understand, I have a sugar and carbohydrate addiction. I can't manage those things. So when I have a little bit of carbohydrates and sugar, I go overboard. You'd be able to tell if I went off a carnivore diet because I'd balloon back up to 465 pounds, probably inside of about 6 to 8 months. So I just want you to keep in mind when people might one day turn around and say, well, you brought this upon yourself. I already had these issues with my cholesterol and heart disease long before I came carnivore. Carnivore has corrected most of my health problems, and I seriously doubt it exacerbated any other health problems related to my heart. Now, I still had more healing to do. I just didn't get there in time being a strict carnivore. So I've had dramatic success, and I hope to have continued success with it because I do this way of eating to feel good. Feeling good and being healthy is my ultimate goal. Now, if you want to be a naysayer out there and you want to point fingers at a carnivore diet, as some people did in my last video, and by the way, I really want to open up with the fact that I had a lot of people reach out to me in my last video talking about how I was going to have open heart surgery. And I have to say, I was really touched. So many people offered your support. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. It meant a lot to me. So like I said, I just wanted to make this video so that people out there who are going to watch future videos and point their fingers at the carnivore diet as being the cause for my heart disease, that's the furthest thing from the truth. I started doing carnivore to manage my heart disease. And you might argue, well, it didn't work. Well, maybe it didn't work early enough. It didn't work fast enough for it to have turned around all those other health conditions. Also keeping in mind that most people who go to a carnivore diet end up reversing their calcium scoring. So that's something that should be weighed seriously. I do recommend following these doctors in the carnivore YouTube space who can offer further advice on how to manage your carnivore way of eating if you're worried about something like this being an issue. But I can honestly say, I really don't feel like this has caused it, and I'm going to continue to be carnivore afterwards. Because like I said, I have a sugar and carbohydrate addiction. I wouldn't go back to being an alcoholic after I had a surgery like this for my heart. I'm going to take this seriously, and I'm going to continue eating this way because I feel good and it brings me quality of life. If even by chance it cuts my lifespan down a few years, but I have a high quality of life going into that, then I'm going to be very happy with that. So if you want to argue it's going to shorten my lifespan, well, one, you can't predict that. You can't be sure of that. And I can't be sure it's going to help me or hurt me. But based on how it's corrected most of my other health problems, I think it's helping me in the long run. It just didn't help me enough soon enough. Anyway, thanks a lot. I hope you take care.